What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we learned some incriminating shit that went down. And Lana said so herself. She did not murder Goodman. I'm pretty sure Chief Gant did. Pretty sure he murdered him. Told her to dispose of the body. And because she was being completely idiotic and said she can't disobey the Chief's orders, she did. And that's how this whole thing went down. Alright. 13 minutes before the trial. This is the defendant lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I'm trying to reach Lana all morning. It should be... Where's Emma for that matter? Almost seems as if... Something's been happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth? Knowing you've already figured it out. Who the owner of 777 ID number is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt on this ID record. The number does belong to whom you suspect, and no doubt remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from this list, I can call for a ruling on the defendant. 5 minutes after the trial starts, Lana will be found guilty. But she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth. Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. You don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really went down that day. I'll think about it. See you in court, right? This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. Alright, Edgeworth. It's the last time we're going to face in court in this Let's Play. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Alright, bitch, I'm ready! This motherfucker's ready too. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts out its opening statement. Question mark? Before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Aw, shit. Alright, I'm testifying your ass. Morning, folks. How's everybody doing? Hey, have you been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough. This is my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? I hate this long pause. Man, that's to say the defendant has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted a request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. Alright, bitch, I'm ready. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I believe you put an immediate end to this trial. What? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman. No, you didn't. No, you didn't! Stop lying! No, Lana! Exactly. You can't. Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, you know I require your services. Oh, come on! Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I'd like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Request is legally valid. This presented situation. Alright, here we go. There's no... Oh my fucking god. This can't be happening. It appears it's... Edgeworth, please! I'm waiting! Edgeworth! Yes! One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand it's a difficult time for you. Why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, About that, bitch. I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gaunt. What? Clean up the fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With a sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As the first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. As the court hears her testimony. Miss Edgeworth, I'm exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. Damn, savage. Exposure to truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it will be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant? Worthy? You'll live to regret this. Mark my... Miss Skye, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Thank you, Edgeworth. I owe you. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Skye. Occupation? I'm Lane's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dock of the Joe Dock killings. Is this correct? Yes. I tried my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. It's an incident that was resolved 2 years ago. Really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then! He sure gave him fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Sorry, I'm gonna have to object your ass. I was away in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. The marshal rescued me. I'll never forget what I saw that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in his chest. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does his testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You gotta admire him for some courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well. Defense me. Alright! Sorry! I'm gonna have to object you, probably. Hold it! Alright, here we go. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective of the police department, correct? Yes. She was second in command under Chief Detective Gant. My sister. She was the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. Chief Detective Gant and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I always sit at my sister's desk. I dreamed of playing that organ. I want to play that day, too. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day, and they promised to take me to dinner after you finish your work. Man. Yes, Joe Dark. He was, a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of the ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he filled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been panicked because the elevator was going up. Then he ran to Skye and Gaunt's office. There's a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. So I saw him. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day, there were 2 people present during Doc's questioning. Detective Damon Gaunt and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Gant was there too. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assumed that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark. When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in. I don't clearly remember what happened then, but... Can you tell us about that? Marshall jumped on Dart just then. The lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out. Wait a minute! It was pitch dark in that room. You should have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. And suddenly, Flash left an unforgettable image and see my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. Detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. So you spoke with him about this 2 years ago? Yes. That's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw. Yes, but at the time the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. A picture? Yeah, I think she mentioned that before. I think I got it. This picture the witness drew. I think it's a very important meaning. Oh, come on! Not time! But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Exactly. Witness, would you mind if we had a statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture that... but seems to have been lost. You're wrong. You drew a picture of this scene you witnessed, right? Yes, I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes. That's strange. I took over the case after Marshall died, but I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken. But I did draw it, I swear. I'm not just imagining it. This picture Emma drew. That reminds me. I guess I should check out the evidence again. Well, anyway, let's continue. I've seen that imprinted image in your mind. Please describe it to us. Man. Might as well get more information. That must have been a real shock. Even now, when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly. Tell us. What were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Dog was holding you hostage. When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. I was on his side and the two began wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching them. Emma doesn't have any reason to lie, but Lana sure does. Can you get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can? Picture is drawn on the back of the evidence list and Conquer. I got a very bad feeling about this. Sorry, I had to do it. Yo, Mr. Edgeworth! This little girl put all of her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you still insist on denying its existence? Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. It may well be. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold the power of the photo! This is the evidence list for the XL9 incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over. It's this. Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's a picture I drew. Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only prosecutor in charge should have been given access to that list. Huh? These lists. They're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the markings here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth? It's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half the evidence of that case ever reached you. What? What? Yeah, sorry, man. Hard truth, dude. Order! Who'd have thought the picture would have been drawn on the back of the list? That was handed to Detective Goodman in the questioning room. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor! Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head! If the evidence list was torn in half, there might be more than drawn in the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yes, it's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let's see. Fuck. Something wrong. Do you even have to ask? I want to kill myself. Sorry, Your Honor. There's something drawn on the back of my list. That is... that thing. The fuck is that? That's the thing. You have gotta be fucking kidding me. That's the thing that was dancing in the evidence room. Apparently, the head of criminal affairs used this for his blueprint. I guess we saw scrap paper? The evidence list has been updated. Woohoo, got more evidence. Very well. Witness, will you please testify about the picture you drew 2 years ago? Okay. Huh? Yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she saw that picture. It's the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. I thought I must have fainted. The picture shows exactly what I saw that instant. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about the murder of Prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. I guess all I have to do is press. Still, that cloth is... No, it's not wrong! I'm kidding. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the detective team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge under the direction of Damon Gauntlet of Scott. 2 or 3 days later, memory should still be fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? So at the time you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall had come to your rescue? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around. And that's when that lightning flashed. I smell chicken. Poor Emma. Just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flashed? You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, thank God. I'm sorry. God damn it. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? I'm not torturing her. I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture. Picture shows exactly what I saw that instant. Sorry asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, it's the exact scene. Was it influenced in any way from your talks with the detective? God damn it. Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I better watch out or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives. I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Well... That's strange. This is exactly the scene that was imprinted on your mind. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. Is it really? strange. This is exactly casino the printing on mine. Can I get a little more hints here? Okay, I'm pretty sure that is a line of contradicting. Okay. The hammer can be seen in the leather claw. Give this information myself until needed. I don't want to believe it. Looking at that, what kind of contradiction is there? Okay, I'm gonna press again and see if I could grab anything. Oh, it's the exact scene. I don't know what it is, though. Actually, it was so bright, all I could see was shadows. Okay, she didn't see me knocked down. Shit sakes, I'm gonna go check on the food. I'm back. I'm looking. Trying to think of what is wrong here. Exactly what I saw that instant. Okay, I think I know what's going on. Wait a second. The knife he was holding. Why is it... Huh? The knife. Broken tip. Wait a second. There's something strange. Look at the knife. I'm gonna take a look at some of this real quick. Video, I'm gonna go further. A knife. What? The knife clearly looks broken in that picture. Stabbed in the back, died from a puncture, heart and lung. A punctured heart and lung. A knife tip was found in the wound? Is this it? Oh shit! I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but this picture witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? I still remember it just like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright! Perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. Well, part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report. Had to be the knife. The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. Look closely, you can see that its tip is broken. In fact, you don't even have to look closely to see that. Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. I don't know. Huh? Where could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. The victim was only stabbed once. The murder weapon should not yet be broken. Ah! What's the meaning of this? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. Nope. Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. So the knife was found inside the victim's body, but it was broken beforehand and couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right. What does this mean? Too many objections! The knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. No possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times that she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly. I'm gonna take that out. I just ate. But she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. I'm checking. Not so fast, Edgeworth. There's another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, right? All I'm saying is that this broken knife might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. Damn it! Give me some of these goldfish. I said give it, not on the fucking ground. Order! God damn it! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupt? Your Honor, please allow me once again to go over the events that took place that day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. They're receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony. Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark about the Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. I believe that somewhere in this story, there's a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife. That's true. No other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. It must have been another You have gotta be kidding me. There's another... The second he said another broken knife. Oh my god. Now we know the real reason that was actually the murder weapon. What the fuck? What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Could there have been one? I was mistaken. There is another one. Witnesses is adamant about the accuracy of what she saw. It can't just be explained by simple observational error. Mr. Wright? That instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume, then, you have evidence? The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. This is the picture of the... Damn it. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. Note the award prosecutor Marshall's holding. That's a broken knife. That's where they conclude the knife in the picture was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was all in all likelihood this award. Order! Neil Marsh was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. And as a reward, he was given... I was for a second thinking I wasn't recording. He was given a broken shield and a knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Prosecutor, he didn't carry a pistol. The broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. What? But that can't be. Oh, why not? Because if the King of Prosecutors awarded knife was the murder weapon, the murderer of the victim will be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, remember, his knife would have been for Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. Shit. But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Wait! I remember now. I remember everything. Thank the God. Witness? Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with the picture describing back? I knew it. This picture. I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? That's right. This wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. I have been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we add this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you recall, Miss Sky? Yes, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger. Should be interesting. Alright, what you got for story on us? When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his Are you for real? This is certainly most unusual. Try impossible. Detective Colonel Ferris didn't even design him until this year. That means he didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yes, well, that's been now. Okay. Stop. Please don't pursue this any further. Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. You can't do this. I already confessed to the crime. How can't you leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Sky, you've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. Seems to finally get into the core of the matter. Alright. Emma's recollection.